I'll make the tea.
I'll get the books.
Just as a aside, folks, if you're new here, Ross and I are book collectors. So the amount of books that are going to be included in this book haul may seem excessive.
And it is.
It is excessive, but...
Quick, run. Order seems unlikely at this point. Dear God. Laura?
Yes?
There are a lot of books.
Yes. Well, we knew that. Remember, I'm smaller than you, so I probably won't be seen at all.
Well, you have to just kind of sit up in your chair.
Welcome back to Hardy's Books. We have a situation.
Once again, we have found ourselves going to a conference/convention and this happening. But in our defence, this stack here are books we brought with us.
Yes. This is our characteristic comedic hyperbole.
Shall we move these so that we can be seen?
Yeah,
that's probably
a good idea.
That's sensible.
If you're new here, my name's Laura.
And my name is Ross.
And we are Hardy's Books.
And we have a problem.
Yeah. We are semi-professional book sellers.
What that means is that we make no money from it.
Yeah.
But we do it anyway.
Yeah. We started the YouTube channel really to supplement that, and then the YouTube channel turned out to be way more fun and
way more successful.
More successful. So here we are. And last week we went to WorldCon
in Glasgow. Yes.
And we had an amazing time, and we did quite a long video last. That was released.
And you can check that out. There's a button you can click up at the top there.
Yeah.
And it's well worth checking out.
Yeah.
Half an hour of your time, and you won't be asking for it back afterwards.
No. Anyway, these are the books that we either were given, we purchased, or we took with us to get signed.
Plus some down here.
Plus some on the floor around us. And we thought that you might be interested in seeing them. So let's do a book haul.
Let's do a book haul.
It's a hell of a book haul, guys. Where to begin?
Do we start with books we got signed? Because this is balanced quite precariously, and I quite like to just...
Okay.
In reverse alphabetical order, let's start with Andrew Watson, friend of the channel. We got his book Harbinger of Justice signed, and he trolled us relentlessly as we trolled him throughout the course of WorldCon. I would like to say it was a pleasure to meet you.
It was. We love you, Andrew.
It was.
We love Andrew.
We really do love Andrew. To make this less precarious, I'm actually going to give you a pile.
Okay,
fine. We'll do this.
Yeah. So, we'll put a link to Andrew's channel in our description. Not that he needs it, because he's got like 12,000 subs already.
Yeah, he's fine. Let's go in alphabetical, eh? Do you want to talk about this one?
Okay. My hero, Joe Abercrombie. Yeah, met Joe a few times. You can go back through our channel and find a few videos where we meet Joe. Got him to sign A Little Hatred.
I think that means that every book we have, apart from Red Country, every Joe Abercrombie book we have is now signed.
Yeah. So we got Joe to sign it, and yeah, he's just such a gent, and this is such an amazing book. It's my book of the year so far. We read it as part of our book club.
It's really, really extraordinary.
It's really good and really funny.
Currently reading a book by Christopher Buehlman. I have two here that I got signed, a third one later. So this is The Black Tongue Thief. Not the one I'm currently reading. That one I'll show you in a sec. But yeah, this one is signed. So that's very exciting. He's a legend. He's just such a nice guy. Yeah, we bumped into him in the art show at WorldCon, and we weren't expecting to bump into him, and I grabbed Ross's arm and was like, Christopher. He's such a nice guy with probably the best voice in the industry. And the best tattoos. Yeah. Oh man. We love you, Christopher. So cool. Yeah. This is the one I'm currently reading, Between Two Fires. It's an extraordinary book, medieval folk horror, with a very kind of religious element. Yum. He signed that for me as well. Absolutely loving this book. This one is Of Blood and Fire by
Ryan Carhill, which is the first of the, what's the series called?
The something.
The Bound and the Broken, which
There you
is a favourite of our lovely friend Sam Harrison. And this is not the only copy of this that we got signed. We also got a lovely hardback of this signed with our friend Mare, and we posted it to Sam as a surprise.
Yeah.
So you can check out his most recent Friday recap video on his channel, which we'll put a link to. If you want to watch Sam get very emotional and nearly cry on camera, you can do that. Okay, so The Lives of Locke Lamora is a book that I first read long ago when I was just first getting into fantasy, and it had made a big impact on me. It was one of the books that brought me back into genre fiction as an adult. And we bumped into Scott Lynch at the Gallant stand, and he not only signed it, but he doodled a little booze shark. And it was so nice to meet this author that had such an impact on me as an adolescent, and made me want to reread it, because I haven't reread it since like 2008, 2010.
He's releasing some new short stories in that world.
Is he?
Yeah, or some novellas.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, good time to reread him.
Yeah.
Very nice to see him, and nice to see him out and about, because I know that he has not been able to get to many conventions recently. So really love to see Scott, and if you're watching this video by any chance, we love you. So other authors starting with S. This is The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan, which is the first book in a series. Empire of the Wolf is the name of the series. So as we were sitting in a bar just by the entrance of the venue, of the WorldCon venue, we caught a glimpse of Richard Swan walking by.
Oh yeah.
And Laura just went, "Richard!" So got him over, and he was very, yeah.
His little head, he was like halfway out the door, and he just went. And I'm just like.
And we're grateful. He went and signed it. He had a stamp ready as well, so clearly he was prepared.
He was prepared. And we were like, "Thank you so much for coming over. You don't know us, but please could you sign our book?" He was like, "No, it's fine. That's why I'm here."
Yeah.
Doish.
And then I said to him, "I haven't even read it yet, but I have started reading it." So, Richard, I'm reading your book now. Again, friend of the channel, Sam Harrison.
I was going to say, Sam
loves these books.
Sam loves this.
He's recommended them to me, so I can't help but I'm going to enjoy this one.
Yeah. So I sadly did not get to meet Martha myself.
Martha Wells.
But Ross went to, was it Maintaining Your Mental Health in Publishing?
Yeah.
And Ross very kindly went and got Martha to sign my copy of All Systems Red for me, because I didn't go to that panel. I think I was at Ancient Cultures and Context instead.
This was the problem with WorldCon.
There was too much.
So much to do.
Yeah.
Which made it was like choosing between children every hour.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that I went to Ancient Cultures and Context. Even in hindsight, even though I didn't get to meet Martha Wells, still so glad that I got my copy of All Systems Red signed.
You're a big Murderbot fan.
I am. I love Murderbot.
You're a cozy sci-fi girl.
I like cozy sci-fi, yeah. Although I don't know how cozy Murderbot really is. Thoughts in the comments.
Murderbot, cozy, yes, no. Thank you.
Oh,
The Haunting of Elizabeth Gray. This was a lovely moment, because Chris Wooding was at WorldCon, but I didn't manage to get to any panels that he was in. No. And I was looking around for him.
We were on Wooding watch.
Just like,
prowling around the dealer's hall for hours trying to find him.
Like Bill Oddie, you know. Anyway, after not being able to find him, we actually went over to the Gallant stand and asked if one of the folks there, in this case it was Marcus, who's one of the editors at Gallant's, we asked him if he would expect to see Chris along at all, and he said, "I'll text him." And he did. And 2 minutes later, Chris Wooding rocked up.
And we were like...
It was amazing. Anyway, Chris Wooding is known for like the Ember Blade and the Shadow Casket most recently, but this one here is a young adult book that I read a few years ago at a low point in my life, and it was just such a great escape. A lovely little book. I recommended it in a previous video, and he was so kind to us. Had a lovely little chat with him about London. We found that Chris had spent some time in London before writing this book.
He didn't like it and insulted London to my face.
That was a bad move, Chris.
It was. You don't insult South London to a South Londoner.
But he has now said that he loves Camberwell now. So
all is forgiven.
All is forgiven. Lovely to meet you, Chris.
Yeah, he was an absolute dude. What a legend.
Another one I wasn't expecting to meet. Neon Yang, another author who I think is incredibly underrated in the fantasy sphere. And to be honest, I didn't really hold out any hope of meeting them, and then found they were on the programme, and that was really exciting. I guess...
You've put this in your pile of books that you took with you to get signed.
Okay, yes.
Do you want to tell the truth?
Admission time. I left my copy in the hotel.
Found out that Neon was on the programme.
I had to buy another one.
Yeah. So if anyone would like to buy Ross's first copy of the Tesseract...
Yes, I will tell you what, comment if you want it. I'll send it to you.
Just a normal unsigned copy of the Tesseract.
You can get in contact with us on Instagram. I will send it to you, provided that you are in the UK or maybe Europe. But anyway, I will send you this because I really want to spread the love that is the Tesseract series. This is such a wonderful series. The world building is incredible. I just really enjoy these novellas. There are 4 of them in here, and Neon is the sweetest, most lovely person. Really, really enjoyed chatting to them at their table talk. They didn't expect anyone to come to the table talk, so they brought their laptop.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know.
Oh, bless them.
They are so sweet and so lovely. And I just want to raise this book higher in your awareness, because it is so good.
Okay.
Before WorldCon, we actually had a very interesting time at the Lewis Book Fair. And we met someone who we then later met at WorldCon. And that man is Stephen Jones. We met him because we were selling one of his books, and we didn't realise that
he was who he was.
Who he was. So he picked it up off the shelf, and I said, we can potentially do you a deal if you want a few. And he said, no, I wrote this.
If you've got a pen, I'll sign it for you. And we went...
This is a Subterranean Press edition of the Best of Dark Terrors here. I wanted to mention it among the WorldCon haul because he did sign it for us, and then we did meet him at WorldCon the next week.
And then again at the airport on the way home.
It's crazy.
He's such a dude. He's so cool. We love Steve.
Anyway, that was just an aside, but we got signed. So we go through the books we bought.
I think we better.
Okay, let's do some. Books we got given first.
Yeah, let's do arcs.
So we got a few here. 2 from Angry Robot. First of all, we have Gog Magog.
Gog Magog actually came out in February.
It did, but we saw it sitting on the back of the stand, and I said I wanted to read it, and they just gave it to us.
Yeah.
So that's Jeff Noon and Steve Beard. The cover for this is gorgeous. The world building sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So very interested in this one, and I think the sequel is about to come out. Yeah, November.
Okay.
Luda.
Maybe we can get the arc of that as well.
Yeah.
Angry Robots.
Hit us up.
If you're watching.
We love you. Speaking of Angry Robot, we've also got Cameron Johnston's The Last Shield, which is an arc of a book that came out, last week?
Yeah, came out on the 13th of August.
Which is amazing.
And Cameron Johnston we bumped into in the bar on the first night of WorldCon. What a legend.
Really lovely guy.
We spent an hour just hanging out with him and his friends.
And this book has been described as Die Hard in a Castle.
We love.
What else is there to say? Thank you so much, Angry Robot, for that one as well.
This arc is one that I had to race. I saw that they were giving these out on Instagram.
On the Gallant stall.
On the Gallant stall. And that they only had 5 to give away. So I was in the queue to get into the dealer's hall at opening. And I raced to the Gallant stands to get this. I got the last one. I got the 5th one. This is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor, who was one of the guests of honour at WorldCon, and it just looks so good. I'm reading another arc at the moment that I'm not allowed to tell you about, but this just looks amazing, and I also can't wait to read it. Once I've finished it, I will tell you all about it because it just looks so amazing. It's coming out in January.
We do have to, at this point, give Gallants a huge thanks because they were so lovely to us.
Yeah.
They really were so generous with their time, with the art, all of that.
Yeah, both the arcs that they've given us are so amazing.
We're so grateful for you, Gallants. And, I'm going to say it, best publisher.
Yeah.
Sorry, Angry Robot.
Just as an aside, we both have manuscripts that we're working on.
Moving on to books we bought. Books that we spent our hard-earned cash on. We bought The Judas Blossom by Stephen Arion.
Another absolute legend.
We met Stephen again on the first night when we were talking to Cameron as well.
Yeah.
And
friend of Mare's.
Friend of Mare's. Everyone's a friend of Mare.
Yeah.
We discussed it in the last video. It's like she's playing Katamari with authors.
Yeah. She just collects them like Pokemon.
Yeah.
She's just like, gotta catch 'em all. Sorry.
Judas Blossom is I think it's sort of historical fiction with maybe some fantasy elements about the Mongols, and Stephen has he's done like, well, I think he's doing his third one now, or is in the process of editing his third one.
Yeah.
So these look really exciting. This has been on my TBR for a while,
Yeah,
and it's getting bumped up.
Yes, same. He's also agreed to come on the channel, so you can look forward to that. And I know that he also watches our videos, so...
Love you, Steve.
Love you, Steve.
I'm going to flip these round because they're in reverse alphabetical order. Look at that.
It's like when you make a Spanish omelette and you flip it onto the plate.
Yeah. This here is Kavithri by Aman J. Beatty, who was very, very interesting. Went to a number of talks that he was in, and also he's signed this one too.
Yeah.
It is a Indian epic with colonialism as one of the things that comes into it. So we're very, very excited to read this one. Once again, a Gollancz published book. Gollancz, you're doing good work. So another Christopher Buehlman book here, The Daughter's War, which is the second book in a series which, has it got a name yet? I don't know, but it follows / precedes the Black Tongue Thief. One of the things that I've been noticing about Chris's books, what's the term? What's that meme term? Your favourite author's favourite author.
Yeah, yeah.
And I cannot express how excited I am to read this book. Thank you so much, Chris, for taking the time, and also, naturally, once I get past all of the quotes from other authors who love this, he signed this one too. So, really, really excited to read that.
What do we got next?
I got some more. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more, and then you get 2. These here are broken binding editions of The Parable of the Sower and Parable of the Talents by Octavia Butler.
These ones are not signed because, unfortunately, Octavia is no longer with us.
No.
But they are beautiful editions with gorgeous sprayed edges.
Yeah, let's look at those.
You know that we're not massive fans of very elaborate sprayed edges, but these are really nice minimalist sprayed edges.
I love these, and it's so nice as well to see her sci-fi work given a treatment that doesn't make it look like a romance novel as well.
Yes!
These are gorgeous, they're beautiful, and I'm so pleased to have added them to our collection.
Absolutely, 100%. So this one is A Prayer for the Crown Shy, which is the follow-up to A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. And I got this from our lovely friends Charlotte and Brett at Inkstone Books.
Shout out to Inkstone Books.
We love them. It's not signed, but it's a beautiful edition nonetheless, and I love the Monk and the Robot series. A Psalm for the Wild Built, again, is one of my books of the year so far. And I'm just really excited to have this lovely little edition to remind me of my time at WorldCon and all the lovely people that I've met.
And don't forget, Joanne Harris endorsed.
Yeah.
She loves Becky Chambers.
Yeah.
And Joanne Harris is...
like the smartest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
So there you
she's
go.
Smart. You can be smart too.
This one here, this is Tales of a Monstrous Heart by Jennifer Delaney. She's a recently published author, published by Gollancz. And this one is signed by Jennifer. We bumped into her at the Gollancz stand with a signature. And she signed this to Dearest Laura and Ross.
Thank you, dearest Jennifer.
We love you, dearest Jennifer. And also she's so pretty, which I know is not the point, but I have a bit of a girl crush on her.
We have some more books.
Yeah, you thought this was the end. You thought they've cleared the table. That's the end. Not so. Here's another pile.
Only a few. It's okay. Okay, so we can't really go without mentioning Gaurav, who, if you saw on our video, on our vlog, Gaurav kind of just hung out with like Mare and as a consequence us for much of the
we'd like to say that Gaurav was hanging out with us. He was hanging out with Mare, who is the coolest person I know. And because we got to exist in her general aura, we got to hang out with Gaurav.
So we picked up his Sons of Darkness. This is the broken binding edition with the lovely kind of stenciled edges there. This is gorgeous. Books as objects, let's just appreciate the fact how gorgeous this is, the foiling and the artwork. This is a grim dark fantasy, again, Indian culturally inspired as well.
I have to say, I started listening to the audiobook of this at work the other day and then immediately was like, this book requires my full attention.
Yeah.
I like to have an audiobook on in the background so that I can, have something that I don't need to give my full attention while I'm, just writing emails and blah, blah, blah. This is not that. This requires my full attention. It's superb. I'm only on chapter 3, but I am already so hooked. Gaurav, you have written a banger, mate.
Of course, this one is also, because it's broken binding, it is signed and numbered.
Yeah. This one we picked up because we thought we might bump into Uncle George.
You know how much of a fan I am of US editions as well.
Yeah.
This is a US first edition right here.
Yeah.
Of A Storm of Swords.
We picked this up from a bookseller called, what was his name? Dale Johnson, who was from just outside Portland, Oregon, and was just like such a dude. Like, we just hung out with him for ages.
So lovely to talk books.
Yeah.
Talk shop.
Talk shop, as we're also dealers.
Yeah.
So as fellow book dealers, it is fun to talk shop.
So this is, again, it's first US edition here, first print of A Storm of Swords, which is one of my absolute favourite fantasy books of all time. Unfortunately, although we did find George, we didn't get him to sign any of our books.
No.
I think he wasn't really signing just due to the his position with WorldCon this year is a bit kind of tetchy, unfortunately. But I was still pleased to buy this. I would have bought it anyway.
I just noticed all the quotes on the back.
So many quotes.
So this is before A Song of Ice and Fire was the phenomenon that it is. So there's all these quotes on the back, like, Martin amply fulfills the first volume's promise and continues what seems destined to be one of the best fantasy series ever written.
Not wrong.
No.
Some ones that I probably should have included earlier in the alphabet here. So Nunslinger by Stark Holborn. I picked up Tenlo recently, which is the kind of featured in the Mad Max in the Furiosa video. I picked this up solely based on the fact that it was Stark Holborn and the name was Nunslinger, and I thought that was brilliant. So looking forward to that. Apparently it's some novellas, so that's going to be great. Can dip in and out.
This one is an anthology of queer fiction from Buehlman Press, and it's edited by Trip Gailey, Robert Berg, and C.L. McCartney. And Trip Gailey we love. And this is so cool. It's called I Want That Twink Obliterated. And they had various different colours of sprayed edges or spreadges, as Trip called them. Your face is
Sorry.
twitching. And we went for tentacle green. And yeah, it just looks so cool. It's a really nice anthology of queer fiction, and I'm looking forward to reading it. It looks great, and we want to support Trip and the guys at Buehlman Press.
Is it Boner as in B? No, it's okay. B-O-N-A.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. Of course it is. Why would it be anything else? I also got another queer anthology here as well, which I just picked up when I was picking up the Tenseret series. I just thought this looked really interesting. And this one's edited by C.L. Clarke as well, who is another person that we really, really love.
Yeah.
Okay, last book of the haul, one that
Cost us the most.
If you've watched any of our videos from last year, you would have seen that one of my favourite books of last year was Exhalation by Ted Chiang. Laura has already bought me a very special edition of that for, I think it was for Christmas, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And that is amazing. This here is a Subterranean Press version of Exhalation. It is a publisher's copy, so if I open it up, and the area where it would say the number, it says PC, stands for publisher's copy, and that's because we bought this from the Locus stand, Locus magazine. So this is essentially Locus magazine's copy of Exhalation, which is now my copy of Exhalation from Subterranean Press. And the art in this one as well is absolutely amazing. It's like got these big full colour prints, like it's got these blue details. I mean, this is gorgeous. This is a piece of art right here. It's definitely the most treasured possession that came into my hands, I think, at WorldCon in terms of books that I bought. It is lovely, it is extraordinary, and I think a perfect place to end the haul. Wow.
If you're still with us, comment, when you come to dinner, which book are you most likely to want to borrow?
Yeah. You're invited, by the way.
Yeah.
It's going to be vegan chili.
Yeah.
With
vegan ice cream.
Vegan ice cream.
Because we are filthy vegans.
Is that a song? is now. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, follow us on Instagram at Hardy's Books. Click that like and subscribe button. And if you want to buy your own books, go to hardysbooks.co.uk and we've got some there that you can buy. Bye.
That was absolute chaos.
It was good though.